Level 1. You sit in the chair like it's always been welded to you. Headset snug. Coffee gone cold an hour ago. 47 bright dots on your screen. 47 lives. 47 calm streams. 47 plans. One blip blinks the same, but the voice goes silent. You try the frequency. No reply. You call again. Static. Nothing. Time till the next sector handoff. 30 seconds. Your pulse matches the sweep of the radar. You name the aircraft by its flight number without thinking. You already know it by its altitude and vector. You mark the track. Protocol clicks into motion like metal teeth. You do not panic. You are too busy. You are the line between chaos and the runway. Every second is a decision. Level 2. Checklists. Fast. Call the pilot on guard frequency 121.5. Call the airline operations desk. Alert your immediate supervisor. Request a communications relay. Listen to the tapes for the last words. When did it go silent? 214Z. Last altitude. Flight level 350. Speed. Mach 0.78. Transponder. Reply still there for now. You query the transponder squawk. No change. You patch the channel to the emergency frequency. Try the other sectors. Try the approach radar. Is it a total radio failure or worse? If the pilot set 7600, you could assume comms out. If not, assume anything. You prepare for both. Level 3. You speak. Short. Deliberate. You instruct nearby aircraft to widen spacing. You ask climbing aircraft to hold their current altitude. You tell descent traffic to slow and vector. Every change ripples through the sky. You inform approach control 3 sectors over. You phone military air defense as routine. This is not a witch hunt. This is containment. You feed available data to the flight data team. You calculate the aircraft's remaining endurance. Fuel on board, last departure time, planned alternates. You run the worst-case clock. You tag the aircraft as priority for landing if needed. You assign an inspector to monitor transponder returns. You watch the blip like a heartbeat monitor. Level 4. The other 46 airplanes do not notice the drama. They need you to keep them safe. You have to reroute, sequence, and reassure. You update pilots. Expect vectors. Expect delays. You give crisp commands. Turn left heading 270. Descend and maintain 5,000. Reduce speed by 10 knots. Clear direct to waypoint delta. You do not add narrative. You give instructions that leave no space for doubt. You manage fuel states and wake turbulence. You calculate runway occupancy times like chess. One late approach causes a chain. You can see the dominoes. You prevent the fall. Your hands move over knobs and keys. Your voice is calm, surgical. Level 5. Now you plan for failure modes. Pilot incapacitated. Onboard systems failing. Hijack. Medical emergency. Loss of pressurization. You prepare rescue, not speculation. You contact emergency services at the expected arrival points. You alert fire and rescue, paramedics, police. You request priority handling from the tower. You coordinate with approach to hold the runway. You task a second controller to monitor traffic heading into your sector. You start a discrete log entry. Every action must be auditable. You start a challenge response with the aircraft. Squawk 7700 if you see an immediate threat. If the pilot never responds, interceptors may be vectored. You are not the judge. You are the steward of options. Level 6. Implementation. You instruct a mid-air holding stack. Vectors, then stack depth. You give exact headings. You spread aircraft across altitudes. You free up a runway. You get one plane on a long final, one emergency lane. You issue a ground stop on certain flights. You clear the quickest alternates and notify airlines. You coordinate handoffs to approach and tower with one breath. You monitor TCAS alerts. You watch for unexpected altitude deviations. You run contingency for loss of radar contact. You call the airline to check cockpit crew records. You ask ATC colleagues to call the aircraft by name on a different frequency. You expect the unexpected and plan for it. Every resource is numbered, typed, pinged. Your voice never rises until it must. Level 7. And then finally, the radio crackles. A voice. Faint. Ragged. You lock on. They say they lost comms. They say they had cabin smoke. They say they're rerouting to the nearest airport. You confirm intentions, altitude, heading. You clear the runway and line up emergency services. You strip the approach down to one clean path. You give the plane a golden corridor. You assign a calming voice. You walk them through every step as if guiding someone through a fire escape. You coordinate the descent, the vectors, the emergency checklist. You track fuel burn. You call the tower, firefighters standing by. Medical on alert. You watch the blip come down. Touchdown. Silence, except for the static of relief. You log the event, timestamp every call, every instruction. You are exhausted and electric. Your hands tremble without you noticing. You take one breath. You replay the tape. You read the pilot's last words again. You write the report. You check in with your team. You think about probability and the inches between tragedy and routine. Final frame. This is your life. Minutes that could bend into disaster. Decisions made in blunt pieces. You are invisible in victory. You shoulder blame in defeat. You are trained to think 10 moves ahead. You live in loops of checklists and human factors. You are the calm between storms. You saved a corridor of airspace. You saved 47 souls today. You will sleep when your body allows. But tonight, when the lights dim, you will hear the silence that almost broke. And you will be ready the next time the sky tells you to act.